Why did you not just send the full image if it's innocuous? Why did you crop it? I think you'll find that the reason all of everyone around Destiny gets doxxed is because of a niche forum filled with my fans, WillyMac. You seem to be forgetting what you said in your last video. Willy's videos are so fucking terrible. He's so stupid. And this somehow slips out of Willy's video. This somehow is not in Willy's video. Exactly, man. Like, when these fucking losers like Willy and Nick start pulling up all this old-ass Destiny shit, it's like, yeah, bro, you were cool with this. He said to Nicky D, he said, Nick, do you think it would be okay if I made a video on this? Destiny sent me child. How do people... Okay, I've got to be real. How do people still care about this? Do you know what I mean? Like, Rose being 17 was like a pretty solid possibility from the start. Once it's confirmed, it's like, okay, I get it. Sure, yep. And like, what now? Yeah, they were late to the game. I think it reflects as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, these videos have kind of flopped for Willy. I don't think there's that much interest in this part of it. Like, it looks bad on Destiny. But I feel like, who does this really move the needle for? Like, you would have to be a total bot for this to move the needle for you. The fact that this is like the final straw for Willy, it's like, why? You know, why? Like, oh, she was 17 and 4 months instead of 18. Is that, like, I understand, yes, legally that's a big difference. Morally, it's like not that huge a difference. And I don't really, I'm gonna be real, I don't personally see Destiny getting legal consequence for this part. I just don't see it happening, personally. It could, I don't personally see it. So I guess I'm just a bit lost why this one is so important to people like WillyMac or Ethan. I'm just a bit lost on that. A little bit lost. Especially when half the clips they're bringing out to support the idea that he might be a pedophile or like a decade old and they fucking loved Destiny when he was saying that shit. You know, like, I don't want to see Diorio and WillyMac suddenly being like, oh, you spoke to this 15-year-old in the esports scene. Yeah, I've been saying that for fucking ages, but they loved him when he was doing that shit. You know? Like, Diorio and Turkey Tom, literally anyone else doing the shit that Destiny was doing, messaging these esports 15-year-olds, they would have killed, cancelled, murdered, you know, anyone for doing that same shit. But they just gave Destiny a total free pass on it because Master Steve is really cool and strong on the internet. He beats people in internet fights. So we're going to sweep for him and attach to him. Because that's just how they operate. Yeah, here's the thing. Tom's Puff Beast documentary seemed to come from, like, a genuine... Like, it's really, really bad and gay. But a genuine, like, appreciation. I feel like Nick a lot of the time. Nick is just, like, looking for someone who's got the balls to do what he's not. You know? Someone who will go out and fight and get insulted and take the heat because Nick doesn't have the fucking balls to stand on the front line himself. Yeah, he needs a dad to go fight for him. He needs a dad to get in fights for him. Who wouldn't cash in on Destiny quadrupling down and crashing out if they were Willy right now? But he's not. But he's not cashing in. His 4-minute video got 100k views. That made no money because it's only a 4-minute video. And this one's not going to break 100k. There's no cash in.
In my last video, I broke allegations on Destiny where in my DMs he admitted to
anyway,
having
I guess let's take a look.
CSAM on his computer if he
So why keep saying this? Like, Destiny's going to repeatedly hone in on this. Having CSAM on his computer. Why do you have to say on his computer? Why do you feel the need to say on his computer every time? When Destiny can easily say, well, it's not on my computer. Like he does every time. Are you some kind of idiot? Like, why do you feel the need to state more of a claim than you can prove?
In my last video, I broke allegations on Destiny where in my DMs he admitted to having CSAM on his computer of a 17-year-old named Rose. Hands down the most shocking interaction I've had on YouTube since things have hit the fan, with Destiny and Ethan going full scorched earth, digging up old Reddit posts, going after family members. Destiny has made a video saying that Rose's age still hasn't been confirmed, and Abba and Preach uploaded a video echoing those same claims, even though it's not true. Look, I brought these allegations into this world, and now that everyone's responding.
So I think that Albert and Preach video is actually overhated. I don't think it was defending Destiny the way people were acting. But the one thing they did seriously, that is the one thing they did seriously fuck up. They obviously don't understand the evidence for who Rose is. They hadn't looked into it. And they just ran this idea that it was, like, not shown.
I want to set the record straight. So when Destiny's court case with Pixie is over, he could respond to his most damning accusations in one place. Because nobody, including me, is hoping Destiny has illegal CSAM in his computer, but the receipts against him are ugly and they need to be addressed. Him deflecting to Roses and complaining about him having nudes of her doesn't make it legal.
I'm like the only person in the history of the internet who's people trying to cancel based on no person making any claims against me.
Destiny's first stream back since the allegations went live
I was
against
upgrading black people on a curve. It's just people were acting like they were just hardcore defending Destiny, but they have a whole thing in there where they're like, oh, also Ethan and Destiny are trying to spin it like the stuff Hassan does is just as bad as Destiny. But it's not. Destiny's way worse. They say that in the video. So the idea that they were just trying to like run PR for Destiny is like total bullshit. It's not true.
was to play the pedophile song as his stream opening.
Haters get bent. What the fuck? Age of consent. Because age is just a number. Jail's just a place. Bitch, I'm a pedophile! Every time I make a vid, people think it's a sin. It's statutorily rape a kid.
His Reddit is talking about how he's liking posts on Instagram of little girls being his new girlfriend. Destiny always has the best optics. I know everybody's a little stressed. I know everyone's a little tense, but let's just take a deep breath, look at the facts, and use our sensibilities. And it's made that much easier with Fume. That's the... I didn't want to miss...
I get it. Understand. I get it. Okay. We have to do the Destiny bad because it's too much heat from other people.
I love how he doesn't honestly engage. He just immediately tries to assassinate my character. It's very clear why I went to the police. It's because he sent me a screenshot of what he described as videos of a 17-year-old having sex with other guys. His work.
Yeah, again, you can... There's room to edge around this with Destiny, but this is pretty close. I feel like this is a sort of claim where Willy is slightly overstating it, but I don't know that Destiny has a compelling way to get around it. Because it's like, read the way he's talking here. I didn't notice this until way later, but the videos she'd record with other guys, the file names are like. So he could say, the file names are like, so the file names are like this, but this isn't one of those. They're just similar to this. But then he says her BF was recording these on Skype calls. That's just absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. So, like, it's pretty clearly implied this is sexually explicit. That is, like... every step of the way here, the subtext is sexually explicit.
Words. I didn't want to misunderstand him, so I asked very clearly, is the video he just described what he was sending me? He responded, depends why you're asking, which could very obviously be a joke, but it also implies under the right circumstance, he could have sent this to me. And then he said yes, confirming that he still has it. When I said that it's crazy that he was telling me that he has CSAM on his computer.
I feel like that's not the right way to go at that. I don't think the way to look at this is it implies that Destiny would send it to him. He says, depends on why you're asking, and then does Sweatstony, right? I feel like what the actual implication is here is like, it's more like a, what, are you a cop? Sort of comment, you know? Yeah, it's like, are you gonna snitch? It's not, the implication isn't really, I could show you this on the right circumstances. Are you gonna snitch?
Confirming that he still has it. When I said that it's crazy that he was telling me that he has CSAM on his computer, he doesn't deny it. Instead, he gives reasons for why he's allowed to keep it. On stream, he said he was sharing this stuff with other people to try and find her.
Oh, yeah, because I have screenshots of, yeah, we tried to do identification for some of these videos.
Okay. And bear in mind, guys, this claim, he says, we tried to do identification for these videos, and he's talking about the file names and when they were trying to find her and all this stuff. This confirms part of that email that was going around that was attached to those Twitter screenshots.
He says he's analyzing these videos, as in multiple videos, but these videos are CSAM.
I tried to find her through her boyfriend as well, because I have screenshots of when she would record stuff, she literally has, a lot of these were done via Skype calls with her boyfriend, which I didn't really figure at the time.
How much more clear could it be that this guy has CSAM on his computer? But fast forward a little bit and he's tweeting, I have no CSAM.
So I've seen like all of about 5 or 10 minutes of Destiny's response, like just little bits scattered throughout. And I keep seeing him try and imply that, oh, no, it's not CSAM. It's actually some, like, totally innocuous photo that wouldn't be illegal. I just don't see how that's possible. How does it make any fucking sense with any of what's being said here? Why did you not just send the full image if it's innocuous? Why did you crop it?
Her boyfriend as well, because I have screenshots of when she would record stuff, she literally has, a lot of these were done via Skype calls with her boyfriend, which I didn't really figure at the time.
How much more clear could it be that this guy has CSAM on his computer? But fast forward a little bit and he's tweeting, I have no CSAM on my computer, and saying he would have worded things differently if he knew I would have a problem with it.
I just don't know why you talked to WillyMac at all. I don't remember. I think he messaged me on something, but I mean, I'd been in communication with him. I just didn't expect him to run and make a YouTube video in 2 seconds based off some DMs with us. Obviously, I would have approached that conversation with a lot more care in terms of how I'm phrasing things, obviously, but...
Instead of yes to keeping CSAM, would you have said no? Because that would obviously change a lot. Like your entire statement. He's literally rewriting history in front of our very eyes. Because saying yes would be a crime.
Especially when I have every reason to believe this person is 19 anyway, so...
No, he doesn't have every reason to believe that, especially since Rose's boyfriend Solo told him in November of 2024 that she was 17. Now, to be fair to Destiny, it's not like Solo is a good guy here. The whole reason why all this drama started happening with Destiny is because Solo logged into Rose's Discord account and shared all of the messages between her and Destiny. This is how we found out Destiny was non-consensually sharing his nudes of previous partners to a random e-girl. But we only know about it because Solo shared all of this revenge porn online. Him doing this has led to a ton of people around Destiny getting doxxed. All of this comes from Solo, and his main motivation for doing it is because he...
No, WillyMac. I think you'll find that the reason all of everyone around Destiny gets doxxed is because of a niche forum filled with my fans, WillyMac. You seem to be forgetting what you said in your last video. Willy. You seem to be forgetting what you said in your last video. My understanding was that I was directing these people. It's just people that I talk about. Like, I target people and they go after them. I thought that's how this worked. Now you're saying it's actually people associated with Destiny? No, that can't be true. Really, Willy, you're saying that the Destiny Kiwi Farms thread harasses Destiny and people associated with Destiny, regardless of whether other people cover it or not. No, that doesn't sound right at all, Willy. That doesn't sound right at all. You couldn't possibly, because Willy, you couldn't be a victim. You couldn't be a victim of me like 2 weeks ago if that was the case, Willy. So I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all, because you are a poor innocent victim.
We know about it because Solo shared all of this revenge porn online. Him doing this has led to a ton of people around Destiny getting doxxed. All of this comes from Solo, and his main motivation for doing it is because he was bored. This guy sucks. But this guy doing these awful things has opened Destiny up to valid criticism. I've already made 2 videos talking about the Pixie situation. Go check that out. If Destiny is upset that this is being brought up again, he should have never shared those videos with some random girl over the internet that he didn't even know the age of. Responsibility lands on him. He's tweeting the 60 gigabyte screenshot was related to a claim the Rose person made, someone whose name and birthday have yet to be reliably confirmed.
But this is not the 60 gigabyte CP folder or whatever.
And he shows why he knows there's a 60 gigabyte drive of Rose's underage videos.
If you have the size, you should have it on your PC. It's just a screenshot that she sent me of the folder. I mean, I could post the screenshot of what she told me. If someone ever hacks mine and my boyfriend's cloud storage, they will find a treasure trove. I swear I have 310 folders of photo sets. Total size, 61.15 gigabytes.
But the context of her sending Destiny this is that she would send him those videos that her boyfriend recorded. She told him, I'll see if I can salvage any of these recordings my boyfriend made for you. Destiny then sent me a screenshot of a video he has open and describes it as an underage video Rose sent him. Her boyfriend was recording these on Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. He's describing and acknowledging that he has CP. I blatantly asked him and he answers yes, giving reasons why he could keep it on his computer. When he pulls it up on screen, he acknowledges that this is CSAM that Solo recorded of her.
Because I have screenshots of when she would record stuff, she literally has, a A lot of these were done via Skype calls with her boyfriend, which I didn't really figure at the time, but we tried to find out who the boyfriend was based on initials and stuff from here too. But this is not the 60 gigabyte CP folder or whatever.
Nah, it's just 1 gigabyte of CP. He's lying when he's saying this is an uncharitable reading. These are very direct questions and he's giving very direct answers. Yet his view Sam that's solo recorded of her.
Because I have screenshots of when she would record stuff, she literally has a lot of these were done via Skype calls with her boyfriend, which I didn't really figure at the time, but we tried to find out who the boyfriend was based on initials and stuff from here too. But this is not the 60 gigabyte CP folder or whatever.
Nah, it's just 1 gigabyte of CP. He's lying when he's saying this is an uncharitable reading. These are very direct questions and he's giving very direct answers. Yet his viewers cope in mass. But he didn't do that. Are you really going to be this dishonest? Somebody directly shows him that he did say yes to having CP, and then it becomes, well, he was just making general statements. Destiny viewers, these DMs are your emperor has no clothes moment, and you are choosing to be blind. Hold them to a higher
Wait, fuck.
no clothes moment. And
I need to go back and see those tweets. Yeah, like, this is the thing, man. Willy's videos suck if you like actually try and read and look at any of this. Like, he's actually just retarded. It's pretty bad. He's really dumb. He's really bad at evaluating evidence. His process for making videos sucks. So, this person's obviously trying to contest the idea that Destiny admitted to having CSAM on his computer.
that he did.
And Willy says, so this is Willy saying, if you're sending me this, I'm guessing you still have that video. Depends on what you're asking, but yes, I created a copy of all our messages, so that when that court case
say
started.
yes to having CP, and then it becomes, well,
So, Willy says, and then it becomes, well, he's just making a general statement. Well, when you say this person saying he's just making a general statement, that implies that this person's claiming Destiny is not making a statement about himself, but is instead making a statement in general. But no, this person's not denying that. The person is not denying that Destiny is making a statement about himself. They're saying he's making a general statement about having preserved everything he needs for the case. So meaning, it's a general statement about all material related to the case. So yes, he has preserved that video because it's related to the case. He's not saying, I preserve CSAM specifically. He's making a general statement about all materials related to the case. And then they say, now please answer this. Do you think he has CP on his computer? So again, Willy not engage with the fact that this is about the computer claim specifically. If he does, shouldn't Willy's tearful call to the police bear fruit? If so, when can we expect this to happen? So, yeah, this is, again, they're focusing on the computer claim that Willy keeps repeating because they are going to always claim that there is a difference between having CSAM just readily available to be accessed on your computer versus having CSAM on an external hard drive that you surrender to your lawyers or whatever as part of a case. And they're going to constantly harp on a difference there. Because you keep saying the on the computer shit. I just don't know why this fucking idiot feels the need to overegg every claim he makes. Like, he's so shit at making videos. He's so shit at research.
well, he was just making general statements. It's not general at all. It's actually very specific statements. Destiny viewers, these DMs are your emperor has no clothes moment, and you are choosing to be blind. Hold them to a higher standard. As far as Rose's age goes, it has been confirmed since August 20th. This is due to Destiny.
Like, you just leave these huge gaps for people to run around, you know?
Posting information about her college to mock Kiwi Farm's failed attempts to dox her. Well, they found her and she's wearing Destiny's merch, same girl from the Twitter account. They found her name listed among college peers. They found the same girl living in the same town because of this local news clip, and her birthday is October of 2004. This is confirmed again with a traffic violation, and she's the only person with that name in that town. And she fits that exact description, meaning that when Destiny was sending her,
it's so crazy as well to keep blasting her face docs out there. This is a CSE, if not CSA victim. And you keep just showing her face and attaching it to the story. Why? Why? You can censor it. You can just censor it. Orange, but no, I don't think you need to show her face to prove the point. You could literally, you could show censored versions of the faces and just say, look, there are features on these faces that line up, that have been 100% lined up. Give a rough sort of summary. And then, you know, put it away. Say, look, you can go find that if you want to, but I'm not blasting a face. Because here's the thing, right? Here's why you wouldn't... I understand. The information is out there. And you might even want to say, look, you can go and check this information for yourself. And you can verify this is all true. And that would direct some amount of people there. But that is very different to putting like a big video up like this and having it served to people algorithmically. And they just get like flashbang. Like, how do you... It's so much more likely that someone in the audience is going to just see it and be like, oh, I know that girl. Wait, that girl was sending pictures to Destiny when she was 17? Like, I don't know, man. Me personally, I would not fucking put a video up showing some CSA victim's face. That's me personally.
Receiving material from her, she was underage. The video that Destiny showed me he still has is titled with the date of August 14th, 2022, meaning she was 17 in that video. That is illegal CSAM. Upon telling him that she's a minor, no reason to think the dox is wrong, Destiny doesn't go, oh, I better turn this over to authorities. He replies with why he thinks he should still keep it. He doesn't even know for a fact. I don't think I'm allowed to delete it. I don't know if it counts as hiding or destroying evidence. I'm pretty sure I have an obligation to preserve this stuff. This is not someone who's confident they're doing the right thing. Destiny says he could keep it because of his court case with Pixie.
Now he spends time going through this Rose person who supposedly Kiwi Farms has dug up stuff about. I haven't been able to verify the authenticity. Nobody close to me has been able to verify the authenticity.
Literally anybody can verify its authenticity right now. But Abba and Preach blindly repeat Destiny.
You could say Destiny's irresponsible. You could say a lot of things, but first off, the person's age hasn't been confirmed.
False. Just because you're too lazy to look doesn't mean that.
Secondly, you guys are all admitting that Destiny didn't know the person's age at the time until years later. And that's only the alleged age.
If somebody tells you that you have nudes of an alleged minor, are you going to keep them? What kind of commentary is this? This is crazy.
If you don't see why him having a court case where this is relevant and his lawyer tells him not to delete it doesn't matter, like, I don't know. I think you guys are a bit lost.
Rose's nudes are not related to his court case. His court case is about him sharing Pixie's nudes with Rose. And Solo informed him that Rose might be a minor 2 months before any court case started. Abba and Preach blindly agree that, yeah, Destiny's lawyer would have told him to keep CSAM for his legal case. But what is your source? I haven't seen one lawyer covering this that agrees with that.
This person was factually underage. Therefore,
I don't like citing fucking legal mindset and potentially criminal. This is like so shit from Willy. Legal mindset is legitimately such a terrible source. Dude, this guy's videos actually suck so bad. Willy's videos are so fucking terrible. He's so stupid. Yeah, you really couldn't pay an actual lawyer to get an opinion on this? Really? Like, you're a big enough YouTuber to get a lawyer to talk to you for 20 minutes for a fucking YouTube video, I'm sure, bro. I don't know, man. This video is shit so far.
Lawyer covering this that agrees with that.
this person
It's like, it's getting like the basics, but there's just so much room to get around it. Like, constantly reiterating this on the computer thing, the doxing shit, not engaging with like tweets that are on the screen. It just shows that you obviously have no idea what's going on. Like, this guy is like so dumb.
I don't know if it counts as hiding or destroying evidence. I'm pretty sure I have an obligation to preserve this stuff. This is not someone who's confident they're doing the right thing. Destiny says he could keep it because of his court case with Pixie.
Now he spends time going through this Rose person who supposedly Kiwi Farms has dug up stuff about. I haven't been able to verify the authenticity. Nobody close to me has been able to verify the authenticity.
Literally anybody can verify its authenticity right now. But Abba and Preach blindly repeat Destiny.
You could say Destiny's irresponsible. You could say a lot of things, but first off, the person's age hasn't been confirmed.
False. Just because you're too lazy to look doesn't mean that.
Secondly, you guys are
So this is totally reasonable. Hitting Abba for this, totally reasonable. This is a good point to bring up.
all admitting that Destiny didn't know the person's age at the time until years later. And that's only the alleged age.
If somebody tells you that you have nudes of an alleged minor, are you going to keep them? What kind of commentary is this? This is crazy. You have nudes of an alleged minor. Are you
Here's the thing is like, okay. I feel like it's a bad idea to go too hard on this idea that there is no possible circumstance where Destiny would be retaining this, or lawyers be retaining this. I feel like it's a mistake to go too crazy hard on that. Because I don't know how this is going to shake out. Destiny's lawyer will not have told him retain CSAM. That's absolutely something you can say. His lawyer will not have told him to retain CSAM. There is no world where Destiny says, I think this is CSAM, and his lawyer says, hang on to that. That's true. That wouldn't happen. Now, is it possible that Destiny obscured the nature of the material and was told to keep it? That's possible. Is it possible that Andy B basically offered a what you'd say like a fence-sitting sort of like mealy-mouthed statement to him of, oh, you should, I think you should make sure you're on the right side of the law while not getting fucked on it. You're like, what is it? There's some phrase that potential criminal use. The whole sort of, you should minimize your legal liability, you know? They go, oh, I think this might be CSAM. And the guy's like, and the lawyer just says, you should minimize your legal liability. And so what that exactly means is like, does that mean turn it in? Does that mean retain it and hope that it never gets found out that it's a CSAM? Like, it just depends. Yeah, like some plausible deniability statement. So I just don't, I feel like going super hard on this stuff is just like a mistake. I think it is a little bit of a mistake.
Going to keep him? What kind of commentary is this? This is crazy.
If you don't see why him having a court case where this is relevant and his lawyer tells him not to delete it doesn't matter, like, I don't know. I think you guys are a bit
too
lost.
much.
Rose's nudes are not related to his court case. His court case is about him sharing Pixie's nudes with Rose.
Shamu's chat lawyer was saying that his lawyer could not advise him one way or the other. Yeah, exactly. But would lay out consequences. Yeah, it's like minimize your legal liability. CSAM comes with these crimes if it's proven. Here's some examples of the prosecution. Destroying evidence could have these impacts on your case. Like that sort of thing, you know?
And Solo informed him that Rose might be a minor 2 months before any court case started. Abba and Preach blindly agree that, yeah, Destiny's lawyer would have told him to keep CSAM for his legal case. But what is your source? I haven't seen one lawyer covering this that agrees with that.
This person was factually underage. Therefore, this is factually CSAM. That completely changes the dynamic from something the lawyer might not have to report because he doesn't know one way or another to something he'd say, well, now we've got to talk about this. Now we've got to disclose this to the court. I'm just saying and presenting out there, as always, professionally. Hey,
contempt of court sounds a lot better than possession of CP. Yeah, but that's assuming that it ever gets found out that it's CP, right? But Destiny may have been taking the gamble, preserve the evidence, avoid contempt of court. No one will ever prove it's CP, and they certainly won't try and prosecute it. That's how I sort of imagine it going, right?
The attack, here's the defense, right? And it doesn't look good for Destiny. This does not look good. This is in addition to his civil case. So this has gone from something
that's retarded, never reported to the court. I think in Florida they have an obligation to. I think that's part of this, no? Is that in Florida this is something that lawyers actually do have an obligation to break their confidentiality on.
Purely civil to something that is now potentially criminal.
Napoleon Feeser says 17, that's illegal, but hardly CP. It's child. You cannot have pictures of minors. It doesn't matter if the age of consent is 16, like here in Ohio. You could a 16-year-old. You can't have naked pictures of them. If they're under 18, no, you're done. And he says, I don't think I'm allowed to delete it. I don't know if it counts as hiding or destroying evidence. So here's the deal. Notice what Destiny isn't telling you. My attorney told me to do this. Because I guarantee you he hasn't told his attorney, hey, I've got child pornography kicking around on my...
See, did his attorney... Yeah, so, again, this is potentially criminal. I feel like overstating a little bit, like he did at the start, where he said that Destiny didn't have counsel. Like, that was obviously not true. Even at the time, that was obviously not true. And now he's overstating again here. There's no way Destiny told his lawyer about this. He absolutely could have told his lawyer. Now, did his lawyer say, save CP? No. His lawyer would have never said to him, save CP. That would be insane suicidal for Andy B to do. Andy B is much more skillful than that. But Destiny may well have told him, presented this to his lawyer, and have been given, you know, tacit advice, plausibly deniable advice about how to handle that.
Computer. What do I do about that? There's a discovery demand, and he has to turn that over. Pixie can't hold on to it. Like I said, Pixie.
Yeah, I just don't know why Willy is choosing to cite LawTubers. You have enough money to go talk to an actual lawyer.
No, you like child pornography is like Chernobyl graphite, you guys. You can't touch it. How does discovery happen? Well, it'll happen with what Pixie and Destiny have done, or other things Destiny has done. But the child porn, that doesn't need to be in there. You can do everything else. Did Destiny send Pixie's pictures out without permission? That's all we're really worried about right now.
So what research, what lawyers did Abba and Preach go to before spouting off all of this? They cited nothing and then just declared that I'm in the wrong. The video ends in such a bizarre way.
You can say he's irresponsible. You can say that's stupid. You can say maybe he should turn it in, but to make that video and make it seem like it's something it's not.
What do you mean by maybe he should turn it in? Bro, it's CSAM. He has to turn it in. What a shocking video. Abba claims Destiny already reported this to.
See, you know, this would be a great time, but I can see it doesn't come up. This Willy guy is, like, actually brain dead fucking retarded. Like, Willy is actually so fucking useless, man. It's crazy. This would be a great time to bring up these tweets where Eli B says to Destiny, actually, I've been thinking this over. I would like to see the police look into Solo. If for no other reason, then you could be exploiting other girls. Only one of us can make this happen. Want redemption, Steven? Go to the police tomorrow and give them everything you have. Which Destiny replies, I have nothing to give to them. Remember, the only reason they even found the Rose person was because I posted the pictures in chat to bait them into looking. Seems pretty stupid to do that if I thought she was 17, huh? Wonder if any of them will spend even half the effort looking for the child sex trafficker. So, Destiny here, the day before WillyMac's first video on the CP situation, he is saying he has nothing to hand over to the police. Saying he has nothing to hand over to the police. The day before the WillyMac video. And then he says here, was in the process of doing that with my law firm in New York City, but the random extortion lawsuit that Pix tried to drop me, plus everyone else tried to push her on agenda on this, exhausts my ability to do so. So now he's saying here, and he said he's got a packet made up with his New York City law firm. He had a packet sent to the DOJ. So apparently, because everyone's being so mean to him online, he can't give his stuff to the police anymore. And this somehow slips out of Willy's video. This somehow is not in Willy's video.
Authorities.
What are we talking about? There's an ongoing legal matter. He submitted this evidence to authorities.
No, he didn't. Destiny said he was going to on behalf of Pixie and then stopped when she decided to sue him.
Are you going to report it to the FBI? Maybe when I was doing work with a New York law firm, the goal was initially, because the packet that we put together was...
Oh, so the packet line is here. He gets this bit. But obviously doesn't get the bit where Destiny says, I've got nothing to give to them. I've got nothing to give to them. The day before confirming that he has CSAM retained somewhere.
A thing that we were... I don't remember if I said that. The original packet was going to the DOJ. That was the goal of that originally, because I thought that the stuff that the solo guy, even if the girl isn't underage, was criminal in behavior, 1,000,000,000%. Goal initially was to send it all to the DOJ and then have them try to pursue it there.
But as far as I know, he never followed through with this. Everyone, including professionals, is saying there's no shot he told his lawyer that this was CSAM. So to me, it clearly seems like he's lying.
If you want to interpret my messages in the worst way possible, and you want to, and that's...
So, like, again, why say this part? Why say this?
Yeah, and then have them try to pursue it there.
But as far as I know, he never followed through with this. Everyone, including professionals,
so that's fine.
Is saying there's no shot he told his lawyer that this was CSAM. So
there's no shot he told his lawyer this was... You don't know that, dude. Why are you over-egging that? Obviously, Destiny's immediate response is going to be, Why would I not tell my lawyer that? Why would I pay my lawyer and not tell him this part of my case that could completely fuck me? Obviously, he raised this idea to his lawyer. It'd be crazy not to. And Andy B probably gave him some vague, you know, minimize your legal liability. Make sure you do what's right for your case response.
To me, it clearly seems like he's lying.
If you want to interpret my messages in the worst way possible, and you want to, and that's going to be the basis for some FBI call.
I know Destiny, because I was grifting a little early on this. He streamed today and he was saying, "Oh, Willie Mac misread what I was saying." I'm like, there's no miscalculation there. And like, if you were that incorrect in your words and you're not that stupid, Destiny's pretty eloquent when he needs to be. Yeah, you know, how do you accidentally say, you know, I got more cheese pizza than Papa John's? I was starting to have a bit of a panic attack. Like, he's laying out, I've got it, and this idea that I have to save it.
So I said if Destiny wants to prove people wrong, he should get a public statement of his lawyer explaining this. He is not currently in a court case over Rose's material. It would be such an easy win to clear things up. But no, he writes it off as an impossibility.
I think he should probably get on stream with his legal counsel and have them explain why having alleged CP since November is okay in this instance and legal. I've not seen one lawyer agree with this. I don't know how retarded you have to be to think that, one, that any lawyer would ever agree to do this.
Companies have lawyers write up statements for them all the time, and if he went to the police, he should show a report. If he just does either of these things, he's in the clear. So why doesn't he just do them? He skipped the entire point of H3's video. The majority of it he dodged. He won't even provide the quote-unquote good faith interpretations of the messages he sent. I've seen Destiny when he's in the right. He usually directly confronts it and brings receipts. Here he's just constantly deflecting. He's like, look at all of these edgy pedo jokes Ethan made in the past.
We went around from channel to channel, like around. Like, it was this horrible shit. We went to this channel with this, like, this kid was like 8 years old, and he was broing out with everybody in this chat. For whatever reason, this kid decides to take his pants off and wiggle his 8-year-old dick on screen. I can't even believe it. I haven't gotten into Ethan's jokes yet, but I do think it's kind of funny that I feel like I've heard him say similar things.
It's called Children's Joy TV for a reason. The guy knows how to give pleasure to children. Children's Joy TV, baby gets anal raped by a syringe and gets injected with AIDS virus.
When we see something like this, are we supposed to call the police?
Am I on I feel like I'm definitely on the FBI watch list now.
Yeah.
I don't know how many FBI watch list jokes he's made. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But if like that's the standard, then sure.
Bro, you watched a real video of an 8-year-old shaking his dick. These are not the same. Also, I would look at some of Ethan's old edgy jokes a bit differently if he admitted to having CSAM to another content creator. But he didn't. You did, and now...
It's not just that. It's like, generally when Ethan makes a pedophile joke, not always, but in most of them, the joke is that pedophilia is bad. In a lot of Destiny's pedophilia jokes, the joke is that he's attracted to children, right? You know, Ethan pedophilia joke is like, that creepy guy thinks these kids are hot. Look, he would love to see that kid in a short skirt. Destiny's pedophilia joke is like, I would love to see that kid in a, you know, it's like, it's a little bit different. There is a difference here. There is a little bit of nuance here.
People are raising eyebrows. Ethan points out how Destiny defending Vosh for getting off to Lolly feels creepier now.
Who the f cares about Lolly? Who cares about drawn? Imagine your life is so boring that you give a f about animated cartoon girls.
Imagine your life so boring that you care about sexualizing children. Imagine being so bored in your life that you actually care if grown-ups want to f minors.
Destiny doesn't really engage. He doesn't defend his position. Instead, he goes after Ethan for laughing at Rick and Morty smut.
Rick and Morty?
Okay. No way. That's Rick and Morty? No.
Yeah, this is from an episode of Rick and Morty where Mr. Mises runs train on
No.
Mr. Mises and all of his buddies run train on April.
He's not Jewish, I can see.
So he is. Now, okay, do I actually think he's getting off to Lolicon or that he enjoys this despite that creepy fucking smile he has while sharing his pornographic hentai with his parents? Probably not. But like, if this is the standard we're going to use, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Obviously, laughing at the absurdity of degenerate stuff is not the same as getting off to it, but Destiny's not here to make sense. He's here to go scorched earth. He plays a bunch of clips of Ethan making fun of cringe and creepy videos online, leaves out all of the context. Both of these guys definitely make their share of inappropriate pedo jokes, but with Destiny, it's just different. His are coming from leaked group chats.
He then shared this lewd image of a child with his friends and said that he's gonna get arrested someday.
Imagine receiving a bikini pic from a 15-year-old in your DMs, a fan of yours, and being like, she's so hot, I need to share this with the boys.
His friend asks, pics please. And Destiny sends what was a public Instagram photo of her in a bikini and goes, girl on the left. So hard to say no. I'm gonna get arrested in one of these MLGs, man. His friend replies, who cares? It's not like you're 40. Destiny tries to recontextualize this as him warning his friends to watch out for jailbait.
Yeah, I messaged my little team or whatever.
Guys, it's a PSA, guys. It's a PSA. Just say no. Okay? That was what he was doing. He was having a important chat.
See, those DMs were pretty crass, but I mean, the whole point is like, hey, like there are gonna be people that DM you, they'll send you pictures, they look older than they actually are, don't f minor, your life is gonna be over, don't do it.
But these logs are public. You can see that they were just gooning. There's no speech about being careful for jailbait. It's about them banging porn stars and stuff. These messages are real. Destiny has confirmed it.
Should be, you don't need screenshots, there should be a paste bin of the entire conversation.
Now, I don't want to give a whole lot of credence to this because Destiny did not hook up with the 15-year-old. As one of his friends said, it's not worth it. I do raise my eyebrows, though, that one of their reasons to not do it is because they're inexperienced in bed. Destiny's saying this is a group chat conversation to warn people about the dangers of jailbait. It's just a lie. They're just exchanging sex stories. You can be as good faith or bad faith as you want with this stuff. At one point, Ethan plays a clip of Destiny saying that 19-year-olds might as well be children to him. And I think Ethan completely misunderstands this clip. It's Destiny saying people should not hook up with 19-year-olds because they are basically still children to him.
I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the fucking same, dude. Don't give me this fucking...
That's such an interesting
This is exactly what we're saying.
Because it's all the same, bro. 15, 13, 14, 15. It's all the same, bro. I'm 29. Also, on the other hand, it also is a self-report because it suggests he knows exactly what he's doing.
If you listen to the actual debate here, I'm arguing with a dude who is literally trying to abduct a...
He's obviously lusting, and the only thing stopping him is being jailed. Yeah. Yeah. To spin that as anything other than, like, fantasizing with friends. It's like... It is like locker room talk, right? It is like locker room talk. It's like standing around with the boys, you know, here's this bitch I'm talking to. Yeah, she's 15. Like, dude. I'm really glad that we're talking about this now after everyone who's been against Destiny and screeching this for years, and Destiny actually screeching this himself. Exactly, man. Like, when these fucking losers like Willy and Nick start pulling up all this old-ass Destiny shit, it's like, yeah, bro, you were cool with this.
Mentally retarded 19-year-old and take her to another state and impregnate her. Basically, every other time I'm speaking about this person and their age, I do refer to the fact they're 19, but it's not just the fact they're 19, it's a whole bunch of other things too.
Yes, Destiny did have this debate, but at this point in the stream, Destiny was just generally speaking to his audience. He even goes on to say that his 20-year-old viewers don't realize how young they are.
Now, I know if you're 20 years old, it might bother you to hear that. Like, no, I'm 19. I'm a real adult, okay? I'm a real adult, okay? If your mom and dad, if you live with your mom and dad still pay all of your bills. You've never even had a job before. You've never lived on your own. You're a child. You're very much a child. You don't know what it's like to wake up and go into work, to work a job you hate because you have to pay a bill, okay? You don't know what it's like to have to make a decision between getting kind of a cool car and a piece of shit car because you can't afford it. You don't know what it's like to get called in to have to work an extra fucking shift because you don't have any life experience. You don't know anything about anything. You're a child. So all the people in chat that are like, no, 19 years old, that's an adult. That's an adult. Dog. No. No.
So when it comes out that he's sexting Rose when he's 33, it's like, what the hell? Rose, even when Destiny thought she was 19, fit all of this criteria. All he does...
Okay. Let's run that back.
Generally speaking to his audience. He even goes on to say that
trying to abduct a whole bunch of other things too.
Yes, Destiny did have this debate, but at this point in the stream, Destiny was just generally speaking to his audience. He even goes on to say that his 20-year-old viewers don't realize how young they are.
Now, I know if you're 20 years old...
Yeah, this is true. The thing is, though, that they misportrayed it. Like, yeah, they fucked up the portrayal of this clip. Where they make it... People make it sound as though... Retard Nick Diorio makes it sound as though, Destiny's saying 15-year-olds should be considered basically legal. But he's actually saying 19-year-olds should be basically considered illegal. You know, it's a you know, small but quite important difference. So
it might bother you to hear that. Like, no, I'm 19. I'm a real adult, okay? I'm a real adult, okay? If your mom and dad, if you live with your mom and dad still pay all of your bills, you've never even had a job before, you've never lived on your own, you're a child. You're very much a child. You don't know what it's like to wake up and go into work, to work a job you hate because you have to pay a bill.
No, this girl is not mentally disabled, Kai. You're wrong. Don't know why you're saying that. Willie's just pointed that out. This is not Destiny talking about a mentally disabled girl. This is after the debate. Destiny is talking to his chat, giving his position on dating teenagers generally.
Destiny with his friends in the Cunny GC.
No, you're wrong, Kai.
I'm talking to, she's so hot and pubescent. Oh, wow,
he was arguing with Jay.
Sister? Yeah. Ears perk up like a dog, an older sister. Ears slouch back and he starts whimpering.
Okay, Stylo. Thank you for the $5. He's arguing with JF at one point on that stream. He is not talking about disabled 19-year-olds there. That is not what he's saying at all. I'm telling you this for a fact. Not going to go back and forth about this for 5 or 10 minutes.
To his audience. He even goes on to say that his 20-year-old viewers
It's literally not what he's saying at all. He's not talking about people with mental disabilities. He's saying 19-year-olds generally.
Realize how young they are.
Now, I know if you're 20 years old, it might bother you to hear that. Like, no, I'm 19. I'm a real adult, okay? I'm a real adult, okay? If your mom and dad, if you live with your mom and dad still pay all of your bills.
So he's saying 19 is not a real adult. I'm a real adult. If you live with your parents, no mention of mental disability. No one else in the conversation. Just him talking to his chat, explaining what his thoughts are on 19-year-olds and who should be dating them.
It might bother you to hear that. Like, no, I'm 19. I'm a real adult, okay? I'm a real adult, okay? If your mom and dad, if you live with your mom and dad still pay all...
Yeah, he also talked about this multiple times on stream. I remember a specific thing. I was actually talking to someone about this recently. There's a clip where Destiny says something like, if you've ever heard high schoolers having a conversation, in like if you're ever like out at a restaurant, you hear high schoolers having a conversation. Like, how could you, as like a 25-plus-year-old man, possibly like imagine yourself like holding conversation with these people? They sound fucking retarded. The moment I hear high schoolers start talking, I want to blow my fucking brains out. Like, he's got... There was, like, a whole thing he went on talking about that, right? And now all he does is talk to fucking high schoolers.
All of your bills. You've never even had a job before. You've never lived on your own. You're a child. You're very much a child. You don't know what it's like to wake up and go into work, to work a job you hate because you have...
Is it actually in this same... It might be in the same post-debate talk. I might be thinking of the same.
To pay a bill, okay? You don't know what it's like to have to make a decision between getting kind of a cool car and a piece of shit car because you can't afford it. You don't know what it's like to get called in to have to work an extra fucking shift because you don't, right? You don't have any life experience. You don't know anything about anything. You're a child. So all the people in chat, they're like, no, 19 years old, that's an adult. That's an adult. Dog. No. No.
So when it comes out that he's sexting Rose when he's 33...
See, the thing is that Destiny's obviously... like, I would say Destiny's over-exaggerating on this point. You know? This comes off like... Destiny was in a virtue signaling phase, trying to make it sound like he was as much not a pedophile as possible. Because I feel like this is a bit exaggerated. You know, acting like a 19-year-old is just like a total child. Like, it's probably not that big a deal if you, like, you know, if you're like, yeah, even if you're like Destiny. If you're like 36 and you're, I mean, obviously this can't happen in America, it can happen in the UK. You guys have a different drinking age. But you're at a bar and you pick up some 19-year-old and hook up with her. Like, who gives a fuck, really? But then I would say, like, there are more extended relationships, like dating. It's probably like, well, why are you with a 19-year-old in an extended relationship? What are you getting out of that? What is the dynamic there like? You know? So I think Destiny is even over-egging this, because the idea that you could never have a positive interaction with a 19-year-old or anything is, like, retarded. But obviously he goes back on this completely. He, like, runs completely in the opposite direction, because he goes and marries some 19-year-old who barely speaks English. He goes and picks up some 19-year-old who barely speaks English and marries her. Yeah, exactly. And then starts this cope saying, oh, Melinda's actually really smart and worldly and mature.
You've never lived on your own. You're a child. You're very much a child. You don't know what it's like to wake up and go into work, to work a job you hate because you have to pay a bill, okay? You don't know what it's like
She can book flights and hotels all on her own?
have to make a decision between getting kind of a cool car and a piece of shit car because you can't afford it. You don't know what it's like to get called in to have to work an extra fucking shift because you don't have any life experience. You don't know anything about anything. You're a child. So all the people in chat, they're like, no, 19 years old, that's an adult. That's an adult. Dog. No. No.
So when it comes out that he's sexting Rose when he's 33, it's like, what the hell? Rose, even when Destiny thought she was 19, fit all of this criteria. All he does is deflect. What about Solo? What about Ethan's meme Reddit account? What about Ethan's dad dating his mom at 21 when she was only 16? Really? You're gonna bring family into this when your own kid is saying crazy stuff about you on the internet? This drama is so scorched earth. Destiny's audience made this graphic to make fun of how Hassan never engages with criticism. This perfectly applies to Destiny right now. Hide. He hides beyond the fact that some of the details come from Kiwi Farms, when it just doesn't matter. Verified information is still verified information no matter where it comes from.
I'm not gonna sit here and listen to him fucking opine on all of the on his theories here.
Alter. He lies about the substance of the messages, claiming he never admitted to keeping CSAM even though it's in text. Straw man. Make fun of me for documenting talking to the police. Try and act like Ethan's a hypocrite for making—
Why is that one in there? Oh, he made fun of me for talking to the police. Yeah, the video was gay.
Edgy jokes when the situation is not the same, and it certainly doesn't alleviate him from what he's done wrong. Avoid. He hinges on small details to avoid the actual allegations, like how he doesn't have all 60 gigabytes of CSAM, when the concerning part is that he does have at least some of that CSAM.
Like, there's a whole bunch of like weird lies that came out of the WillyMac video. People were saying like, I have 60 gigabyte folders. I'm like, this is not true. It's like an obvious misreading of a message that WillyMac is showing on stream.
And then finally, name call. Meme your way out of it. Act like none of this is a big deal. Destiny knew—
I feel like the way to, like, Destiny is dishonestly latching on to the 60 gigabyte and on my computer and all this phrasing. But the way to handle that is not to just keep saying it. Like, Willy needs to figure this the fuck out. This guy is such a dumb fuck with his process. Where someone will say, Willy, that's wrong. And then he just keeps fucking saying it anyway. Or he's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's not important detail. Like, you have to be fucking specific, retard.
That if Rose turned out to be underage, it would be a big deal. Even saying, if Rose was legit a minor, I'm probably done. I can sweep and meme through basically anything, even though some of it is really shitty. He's doing the Donald Trump, I could get away with murder.
They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
So I think there's 3 ways this situation went down here. One is that Destiny really didn't believe Solo when he said Rose was 17. He kept the picture and logs just in case he got into legal trouble over the leaks, which he did with Pixie. And then when Rose was doxxed, confirming she was 17, Destiny was more focused on how Solo would be in the wrong than himself, sharing with me that he still has the material. When I was obviously unhappy with him, asking why he still has CP on his computer, Destiny spoke out of his ass, making up that his lawyer told him to keep it, and why he now keeps saying that Rose's age hasn't been confirmed when it clearly has been. And then when I went public, he panicked and called me a liar, changing his story, saying I'm being bad faith, because otherwise he'd be admitting to a felony. This would be good because that means Destiny isn't a pedophile and he just mishandled this whole thing. It is a messy situation for sure. Option 2 is Destiny handled everything perfectly, and to prove it, all he would need is a statement from his lawyer saying that he acted—
surely this video ends with a fully filled out Kelly Jean apology form, right? Surely WillyMac ends this video with a completed Kelly Jean apology form, given in this first video he was so quick to defend Destiny from the idea of this girl being 17 and said that Tinder verifies age, so she was probably 18.
Accordingly, while holding on to the CSAM. Nobody thinks this is possible, including other legal professionals, but if it is, Destiny should do it. I will delete my video and apologize if it is true. Or option 3, he's a creep. Would really explain his take on Dr. Disrespect, who was planning on meeting up with a minor.
If some 17-year-old girl is DMing Dr. Disrespect, she's like, hey, we should go to kind of— Dr. Disrespect's like, yeah, I'm gonna whatever. I probably shouldn't do it. She's young, that's stupid, but I just don't really give a that much. I think it's retarded. I don't think anybody actually cares. I don't give a if they want to do it, knock themselves out. I don't care. At this point, I just don't give a about any of that shit.
Nickelodeon girls.
I want to end this video by touching on a few things. If you're a Destiny fan, stop saying that 17 isn't a child. It's really weird, and trust me, I don't think Destiny appreciates that as a defense right now.
No, he does. That's what, see, you know, swing and a miss there, Willie. Gonna be real. He's fine with that defense, actually. He actually very much enjoys that defense.
By touching on a few things, if you're a Destiny fan, stop saying that 17 isn't a child. It's really weird, and trust me, I don't think Destiny appreciates that.
Here's the thing. If someone was just saying, oh, this Destiny guy sexted a kid, or sexted a child, or whatever, that's one thing. But that's not what people are saying, right? It's not like people are just saying, Destiny sexted a child, and leaving it at that, and leaving you to imagine that it's like a 12-year-old. No, they're saying Destiny had CSAM of a 17-year-old girl. That's correct. That is all technically correct, and it's all a fine way to phrase it. I understand getting defensive or seeing a problem if someone just uses child to mean 17-year-old and doesn't give you an age, and they were misled about the age in the DMs, and like I can understand how that can be used to create the impression that this person is like a turbo pedophile, when it's not quite the same case. But this is not what's happening here. Everyone's being very specific about exactly how old this girl was and what the situation was. So to say, well, 17's not a child. No, 17 is a child. No, it is ultimately still a child. It's not a child in the same way a 7-year-old is a child. But it's a child nonetheless.
17 isn't a child. It's really weird, and trust me, I don't think Destiny appreciates that as a defense right now. People have been critical of me for making a video after reporting Destiny to the police. He absolutely torched me for this.
But the fact that you would then publish a video on it, again, I don't want to dive into the intricacies of all this, but you must understand that by doing that, you are literally undermining every single thing that you are attempting to do. What, like, why the f would you publish a video on that?
True? Actually, true from Destiny.
Understand how beyond stupid that is. If everything that you were alleging was true, how retarded would that be? Why would you do that?
All of this was done over the internet. Nothing is truly deleted. He's already...
What a fucking stupid, naive, unresearched, low IQ thing to fucking say from WillyMac there. Truly. Bottom of the barrel, single cell organism level intelligence from this complete fucking idiot. It's over the internet. Nothing's truly deleted. That's not how it works, you fucking moron. Every platform, every service provider, everything is going to have different retention policies. They only store deleted data for a certain amount of time, unless served with a retention notice from law enforcement or a court or whatever. You should always make sure that any notices like that and all that stuff, all those processes are at least in place before you start going public with any shit like this. Because you want to make sure that evidence is retained. Because they do not just keep it forever. The internet is not just magically forever on everything. I understand that's what who say the internet is forever, and that's a good rule to live by when you're posting stuff to make sure you're responsible. But there are pieces of data that can be lost and not retained.
Brothers never heard of the phrase lost media.
Yeah, Discord has about a 30 to 45 day retention policy. With Google Drive, I believe deleted media is saved for like a month or something, and then there's like a bunch of log actions, like the action of deleting it or the action of accessing a file is stored for like 90 days. Like it's like metadata stuff. There's like different retention periods for all these different types of data. You should always look into that sort of stuff. Always make sure you're handling that the correct way. WillyMac did not bother. Why did WillyMac not bother? Because after WillyMac had finished recording his call with the police, he got on the phone with Nicholas DiOrio, shaking, crying, and he said to Nikki D, he said, Nick, do you think it would be okay if I made a video on this? Destiny sent me child porn. And then Nick said, yeah, Willie, I think that'd be best, actually. I think that'd be best. I think that'd be best. So Willie immediately ran and posted the video. Now, obviously, that's stupid. That is a stupid way of handling it. Just is.
already said he's kept everything in case there's a criminal investigation. He'd literally have to smelt his hard drive. So I don't think I sabotaged any potential investigation, but at the same time, I don't even know if there will be an investigation. That's up to authorities. So I'm also thinking about at what point does the public have the right to know about this? I don't know. I'm definitely open to criticism. I think I handled it how most media outlets would. I'm also just hoping nobody tells me that they have CSAM ever again. Also, I don't know if Destiny will be charged. It's not up to me or Ethan. It's up to the prosecutors for how they want to handle this.
It's really up to prosecutors what they're thinking about, what they go for. That's not in the control of any streamer. It's not in control of Ethan Klein or Hassan or anybody else. It's in the control of the prosecutors to decide, hey, how are we gonna go after Destiny? If we go after Destiny, that's up to them.
So do I think Destiny is a pedophile? It entirely comes down to...
And just to be clear, as well, going public is literally, for someone, this Willy retard, right? This Willy retard thought, what did he think? Remind me, guys. Sunday deserved to be 20 minutes of that first Destiny video because Sunday is the one who broke the story. He got key details wrong. And he broke it before the victim was ready to go public. So, let's look at this story. So, WillyMac broke the story, got key details wrong, and broke it before the victim was willing to go public. And that breaking it before the victim was willing to go public was my biggest criticism of Sunday. For Willy too. Because when Sunday did it, Sunday believed that Pixie had taken money, and so as such was no longer pursuing a legal case, and thought that there would not be any adverse effects from him releasing the video. Willy thinks there won't be any adverse effects from releasing the video because he doesn't understand how data works. He doesn't understand data retention. He doesn't understand how Discord works. He doesn't understand how Google works. Doesn't understand any of it. So both of them had a fundamental misunderstanding about the situation, how something worked, and thought there would be no negative impact from them going public with their allegation. So how are you any better than Sunday? How are you any better than Sunday?
How charitable you want to be towards him. Do you think these clips show a dark pattern of behavior? I just come back to if Destiny was really following the advice of his legal counsel, he should get a statement from them. It will clear all of this up. If he's mishandled everything, he should take it to authorities now. And this is kind of where we're at until his court case concludes or he's criminally investigated. He did say when that's over though, he'd go on the H3 podcast. So we will eventually get answers. How unhinged can it get? Tune in next time by subscribing to the channel. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon who have access to our exclusive Discord. Thank you Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Drenko Bex,
Right. Oh yeah, I saw Willy crying in Destiny's brother. If Jane Stoke is agreeing with me, maybe I really did fuck this all up. Yeah, we don't care. How do I feel about the Sunday thing? Yeah, Sunday has a stronger argument for the infinite rape machine. I don't think Willy has quite the same infinite rape machine excuse at this point. But I don't think the infinite rape machine was a good excuse for the way Sunday handled it anyway, to be honest. Ultimately, he got the wrong end of the stick and thought the legal case wasn't moving anywhere. And that's the big problem. He acted upon that false impression. Yeah, it wasn't like a bad video. Like, it's not like it was like below 5 out of 10. It was just like, it was like 5 or 6 out of 10, you know? There's just too many, there's so many just like little fuck ups and retarded things he says. It's just shame. It's just so clear that Willy is like stupid and lazy. Like very stupid and lazy. That's become incredibly apparent to me. He has a terrible process for making videos. He has a terrible process for research. He's very stupid and can't interpret evidence.
I love you, man. Buy that green Labubu buddy.
Thank you for the $20 for the green Labubu. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be ordering my green Labubu momentarily. Thank you.